Alzheimer's disease is the most common cause of dementia, affecting approximately 850,000 people across the United Kingdom. This is a greater number than the population of Leeds. Although Alzheimer's disease mainly affects individuals over 65, it can also occur at younger ages as early onset Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a progressive and debilitating disease of the human brain. In this disease, toxic protein fragments, known as plaques and tangles, accumulate in the brain and prevent it from functioning correctly. Alzheimer's disease begins in the inner brain and slowly migrates to the outer brain. As it progresses, its once mild symptoms become much more severe and often markedly reduce the patient's quality of life. The first part of the brain to be affected is the hippocampus, the part of the brain where memories are first formed. This makes it hard to form and recall new memories. The next part to be affected is the part of the brain where language is processed, making it harder and harder to form coherent sentences. Logical thought is then disrupted as a result of the disease progressing to the brain's frontal lobe. The part of the brain controlling mood and emotion is then affected, resulting in loss of control over moods and feelings. The sufferer's senses then become muddled, leading to hallucinations. Towards the latter stages of Alzheimer's disease, the oldest and most treasured memories of the sufferer's life will become lost. Finally, the disease spreads to the part of the brain that controls vital processes, such as breathing and heart function, thereby causing the patient's death. Current research is focused on clearing the proteins that clump to form amyloid plaques and tau tangles. When the amyloid beta protein is not adequately cleared from the brain, it causes the death of brain cells and an inflammatory response. These are key features of Alzheimer's disease.
So if we can identify how we can prevent the amyloid from building up in the walls of blood vessels, then essentially we're identifying new targets for drugs that people can take when they are in the initial stages of Alzheimer's disease. So essentially finding the Mr. Muscle for the brain to clear the amyloid that clogs up the blood vessels.
At the University of Southampton, Dr. Mariana Vargas Caballero is currently conducting research into the effects of tau tangles on the generation and storage of memories in the brain. Nerve cells of the brain are very long and must transport signals and neurochemicals throughout the brain. This is partially achieved by moving the substances along proteins called microtubules. Like a train track, microtubules must stay straight and well aligned. This is permitted by a component of the microtubules known as tau. Faulty tau causes the microtubule train tracks to become tangled, preventing transport from functioning normally. Formation of tangles in the brain can prevent the transport of signals and neurochemicals, eventually leading to Alzheimer's disease. Research being carried out at the University of Southampton can provide new insights into how this devastating disease occurs, thereby allowing for new treatment opportunities. This brings hope to thousands of patients and their families who currently suffer from the harrowing effects of Alzheimer's disease. By tackling the stigma that surrounds Alzheimer's disease, we can also increase public awareness and funding to enable researchers and charities to continue their important work in supporting sufferers and finding a cure. Armed with the scientific knowledge from groups such as those at the University of Southampton, it is likely that the devastating effects of Alzheimer's disease will soon become nothing more than a distant, fading memory.